Hello? So, surviving fentanyl and surviving a lifestyle where I chose to actively destroy myself and eventually got myself into some pretty weird situations. Have realized things about this world that shouldn't be there. Things that just don't make any sense, but are real, and things that knowing if that was going to be the ultimate, lesson that life has to teach me, I would have stayed away from it all. Like, fentanyl made me do things I had never done before on drugs. Granted, I had drugs destroy my life time and time again. There wasn't a single situation where I was willing to go to those lengths and be that messed up. Granted, I was doing meth at the same time. By the time everything all shitty had been said and done, and meth does fuck with your head, but you know, the things are. This world is crazy. There are so many different possibilities, so many different ways that a person can go, so many different things that somebody can experience. And yet, I chose ultimately to tell myself all these stupid things that I I could have done something about instead of being put in the situation that I am, doing something about it now and realizing that it was this easy to change that one thing that got my mind so messed up. Like, it's maddening. Like, I could just save myself so much headache and trauma and issues, and I could have saved myself a lot of trouble. But, you know, people say things happen for a reason. I'm not sure if they do or not. I will say that detoxing the couple of times I did in jail was not fun because they don't do shit for you. Like, you know, there was a guy who was so afraid of asking for the Kool-Aid that they give you if you admit that you're on, detoxing from opiates. They give you fucking Kool-Aid and anti-diarrhea pills and some Tylenol. That's it. And of course they got to watch you know, you take your Tylenol because they don't want you, selling it to other people for fucking ramen, Like, give me a break. It's the dumbest shit that you can do to yourself. All of it's stupid. And yet I did it to myself. Like, I wish I knew now, or knew then the things that I know now. Like, I know a lot about the world. I wish I was a lot more street smart. Um, I've always been book smart and all that sort of thing, but street smart not so much. Like, I kind of, and I mean that's a good thing for me. Like, I don't get off on hurting anybody, and there's the three things in this world that I cannot stand. One of those being people that are um, like do bad things to children. That's the number one thing I can't stand. And the next thing that I cannot stand is people that do bad things to each other. And the last thing I cannot stand is people that do bad things to animals. So, there's a caveat to all of this, though. A human life will always be worth more than an animal life or anything else like that. You have no business treating somebody like garbage no matter what. Period. There's no justification for fucking mind games and all this other fucking bullshit just because it strokes your ego. You're a piece of shit if you do that. And if something happens that you don't like because of you being a piece of shit, well, you kind of deserve it. Like, that's all I'm going to say about that. But there's absolutely no justification for hurting children, like sexual exploitation or anything like that of children. There's no justification for that ever, period. What does this have to do with surviving fentanyl? Well, a lot, because people that end up on fentanyl are damaged people, or they're hurting, or whatever. These people, it's not necessarily like that we need mental help, because I wouldn't agree with that statement. It's just that we're trying to solve a problem that we think is wrong with us, and that's something that I did with myself a lot. Um, and I'm happy to say that, like, now I see the folly of my ways. Like, this really wasn't that bad of an issue. Like, I was and am a lot better off than a lot of people out there. Especially in the ways that I was telling myself that I wasn't, and once again, you can do literally anything in this world. There's scientific data coming out showing that you can change certain things about yourself that people told you are impossible to change. There's all these naysayers out there, and you got to believe it yourself in order to change it, and that does go for addiction too. I don't want this to be too damn long-winded, but my main takeaway here is fentanyl is no joke. Addiction is no joke, and it's very hard, very, very, very hard to overcome drug addiction. Especially fentanyl, with all the stuff that they're putting in it. I mean, shit, you can find fentanyl and methamphetamines now. This is bad, and there are certain parties at play that want this to be the case. There's lots of parties in play that will harass you if you fuck with the wrong person. So, you know, just be careful out there. Do good for you, and don't let the other shit bother you. Like, you can't let it, like, the kind of crap out there bother you too bad, because when you do, it starts to get into your head, and it messes with you, and and things just go to hell. So anyway, love yourself, but more importantly, love the other people around you, because you might find salvation in those people. And if they ain't no good for you, then you need to find different people. You are enough just the way you are. And never forget that. Have a good day.